Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Pencil Mark Sudoku. Now this Sudoku has been constructed by Nityant Agarwal, and I really thank the author for giving us an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. Now this particular Sudoku has an extreme strategy that is required to even start the Sudoku. So I myself got stuck in this Sudoku when I was given this grid. I tried to solve this Sudoku and I actually got stuck at the start itself. But when I had asked about the start logic to Nityant, I was really fascinated by how the logic works, and after which the Sudoku falls easily, right? So I thought of covering a video on this one and explaining what the logic is. So the logic behind this Sudoku is called Death Blossom. So Death Blossom is one of an extreme strategy that is required to solve in a classic Sudokus, right? So usually in a classic Sudoku, Death Blossom is an extreme strategy. So if you just look out for www.sudokuviki.org, you'll see there is a technique called Death Blossom where you can just read about how the logic works and then still try to solve this Sudoku. So I would highly recommend you to just check out the technique, Death Blossom technique, and see if you can find the logic behind this Sudoku, and then complete this Sudoku, right? So before going to the Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming on to this Sudoku, so you don't get the start if you can't even actually start the Sudoku or write any candidates until you find what the Death Blossom technique is. So without the technique you can't start this Sudoku, and I had waited for a long time to start this Sudoku, but then I didn't get anything, and then I had to ask Nityant regarding the logic. But I was really happy learning a new technique from Nityant, and I look forward to more of such new techniques and Sudokus from such authors, right? And now coming on to this Sudoku again. So what is a Death Blossom technique? So how does it work? So it's a really extreme strategy technique, and you don't very often see that technique in a classic Sudoku, but there has been instances where such techniques were required to complete the Sudoku. So usually in competition what we do is we just guess the Sudoku at some point and then try to solve it as fast as possible. But if you are leisurely solving the Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to learn each and every technique that you come across. Just see how the technique works. It will really you will really enjoy solving the Sudoku, right? So now coming on to this Death Blossom technique. So Death Blossom technique works with almost locked sets. So what do you mean by almost locked sets? That is nothing but when you have number of cells, for example when you have 3 cells, right, and the candidates inside those 3 cells are n plus 1. N is the number of cells. So you have 3 cells which is n is 3, and the number of different candidates within these 3 cells is n plus 1, that is 4. So if you see here 1 2 3 4, there are 4 candidates inside these 3 cells. So that is called almost locked sets. If you don't have almost locked sets, if you have the number of cells and number of candidates equal, then that becomes pairs or triplets, right? So you have 2 cells and 2 candidates, that becomes pair. If you have 3 cells and 3 different candidates, that becomes triplet. But when you have n plus 1 number of candidates where n is the number of cells, that becomes almost locked sets, right? ALS. So if you see here, these 3 cells are called almost locked cells, right? You have 3 cells plus n plus 1 candidates, that is 4 different candidates. You have one more such case here, right? You have 3 cells and 4 different candidates, 4 7 8 and 9. Now what both of these cells are totally different, are totally actually away from each other. They don't see each other in any manner, right? These 3 cells and these 3 cells are not connected in any manner, but there is one cell that they are connected with, which is this cell. This cell in particular sees both of these 3 cells or ALS, almost locked sets, simultaneously, right? And if you see here, one of the candidates from this cell is in one of the candidates from ALS, almost locked sets, and the other candidate in this cell is one of the candidates from these 3 cells, right? Almost locked cells. Now what happens here is that both of these ALS almost locked sets has an extra candidate that is actually same, which is 4. You have a 4 that is an extra candidate in these 3 cells, and a 4 that is an extra candidate in these 3 cells, right? So both of these 4 should see a cell which is which is simultaneously seeing one of these cells. So both of these cells is seeing this cell simultaneously. Now what happens here is that, so this is exactly the pattern that works for death blossom technique. Now you just have to look deeply here. If you remove 4 from both of these cells, what happens here is that you get a triplet here, that is an exact locked set, which is a triplet, 1 2 3 triplet, and a 7 8 9 triplet. That actually eliminates both of the possibilities from this cell. 3 because of the triplet here, and 7 because of the triplet here. And how does that eliminate? Because if a 4 is eliminated from both of these cells. And how can we eliminate a 4 from both of these cells? By having a 4 here. Because both of these 4s are seeing this cell simultaneously, right? Are seeing this cell simultaneously. So what happens if you have a 4 here, right? Let me show you with the Sudoku here. What happens if you have a 4 here? The moment you have a 4 here, 4 is eliminated from here and here, and you have a 1 2 3 triplet here and 7 8 9 triplet here, and that eliminates both of the possibilities from this cell. So that is called a death blossom technique, right? So what here again is that you have an almost locked set, that is n plus 1 number of candidates, where n is the number of cells. So you have 2 different sets. So in a death blossom technique you need to have 2 different sets to make it work, right? And the extra candidate in both of these sets should be able to see that one cell simultaneously, that can be eliminated, right? That can eliminate the extra candidate from both of these sets. So you no need to have such cases. You no need to have exactly these kind of patterns, right? So I'll show you another pattern that can have ALS, right? So for example, you can have this way, 1 and 2. You have a almost lock set, one of the almost lock set here, another almost lock set here, and that extra candidate can be here, right? It can be anyway. You can have that extra candidate here, and the stem cell, this is called the stem cell here, so that can even work here. So you no need to have the exact same kind of pattern in every Sudoku, right? Death blossom technique is a really extreme strategy, and I would recommend you not to always look for the particular candidate. It is actually, I would say, if you are lucky to find death blossom technique very fast, because finding such techniques is a really difficult task. But just getting to know or keeping a knowledge of all the kind of techniques is a really good thing, right? So it's purely based on how you keep the knowledge of all the techniques. So as you have already seen, what happens if you have a 4 here? The moment you have a 4 here, that eliminates 4 from both of these cells, and that eliminates both of the candidates from this cell, right? So in other words, you can eliminate 4 from this cell, and the moment you eliminate this candidate, 4 candidate from the cell R3C7, this Sudoku falls apart so smoothly. I was really, the Sudoku is really rewarding. I would highly recommend you try the Sudoku once yourself, understand how the logic works, and you will really enjoy the the essence of the logic that works in the Sudoku. So it is an excellent logic by Nityanth, and I'm really happy getting this Sudoku from him, right? So you have a 3-5 pair now. The moment you eliminate a 4 from here, you got a 3-5 pair, that gives you a 1 here, that gives you a 2 here, right? And this 3-5 pair, and that eliminates 3 from this cell, and this 2 eliminates 2 from this cell, so that gives you a 7 here, that gives you a 9 here, right? And this 7 eliminates 7 from this cell, and 3-5 eliminates 3 from this cell, so this becomes 4. That eliminates 4 from this cell and 2 from this cell because of the 2 here, that gives you a 3. right? That gives you a 3 here, a 5 here, a 3 here. So this 3 will give you a 1 here, a 7 here. This 7 will give you a 8 here. The 8 and 9 will give you a 4 here, right? See the way the Sudoku is flowing. At the start, if you try to find any other logic, it is near to impossible, because there is no other bypass for this for this Sudoku, and the only bypass is finding the death blossom technique, right? So this 7 will give you a 4 here and a 5 here, right? So now we get you have an 8 here, right? Oh, you have a 5 here, that eliminates 5 from this cell. Okay, 4 from this cell, 7 from this cell, 4 from this cell, sorry, and 5 from this cell, right? Now if you see here, still the Sudoku is not completed, but it is very easy. You don't have to look out very much. You have a 5-9 pair that eliminates 9 from this cell, and you have a 3-6 pair that eliminates 6 from this cell. Wow! See the way the Sudoku has been designed, guys. You have to actually look out everywhere to solve the Sudoku, and that gives you a 7 here and an 8 here, right? And this 8 will give you, will eliminate 8 from this cell, 8 from this cell. This gives you a 2 here because of the 7 8, and that 2 gives you a 6 here, a 3 here, a 6 here, and that eliminates 6 from this cell, right? It eliminates, okay, so the 3 is eliminated from here, a 2 is eliminated from here, that gives you a 3 9, and because of the 3 here you get a 9 here, that gives you a 5, a 2, a 9 here, right? And actually because of the 2 here and here, you get a 2 here, that gives you a 5 here and a 1 here. So you have only one pencil mark remaining, right? So let's see. Okay, so yeah, so we have done everything. I think so we'll be able to place all the 2's here, because of the 2 here and here you get a 2 here, and that gives you a 2 in one of these 2 cells, that gives you a 2 in one of these 2 cells, that gives you a 2 in one of these 3 cells, right? And you have a 9 in one of these 2 cells. This would have to be 6 8 and 9, right? So this cannot be 6 and this cannot be 9. You have a 5 here in one of these 2 cells. I'll have a corner pencil mark of 5. A 5 would have to be here, that gives you a 2 here, right? That gives you a 2 here, a 2 here, and a 2 here, right? So we can remove all the pencil marks of 2 here. Okay, and we have written all the 2's. Now coming on to the other candidate, let's see what else we can place. A 5 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, right? A 5 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, so that doesn't give us anything. Or 1 would have to be here, that gives you a 1 in one of these 2 cells, and 6 in one of these 2 cells because of the 6 here. So you got a 1 6 pair here, 5 9 and 3 4. So 3 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, that gives you a 3 in these 2 cells. Okay. Oh, so if you see here, okay, so why the 7 8 pencil mark is still remaining, because 8 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Now if you see here, this row can have 8 in only these 2 cells, right? You cannot have 8 in these 2 cells. Nowhere you can have an 8 here, so 8 would have to be in these 2 cells, that gives you a 7 here, that gives you a 7 here, and a 7 in one of these 2 cells, right? Yeah. So 1 3 6 and 5, 1 5 3, and this would have to be 6, and that gives you a 6 here, and this would be 8 and 9. Nice. and these three cells are 3, 7 and 8. This would have to be 8. These three cells would have to be 3 and 7. That gives you a 7 here. That gives you an 8 in one of these two cells. Okay. 8, 9 and 7. So this is a 7 now. That gives you a 7 here, a 5 here, a 5 here, a 8 here, a 8 here and an 8 here. Wow. This is getting done. So that gives you a 1 here. Because of 1 not being here and not being here, you get a 1 in one of these two cells. That gives you a 1 in these two cells, and because of the 1 here, you have a 1 here. That gives you 1 in one of these two cells. So 1 is eliminated from here, and 1 would have to be in one of these two cells. Okay. And these two cells are 3 and 6, right? So this would have to be 3, this would have to be 6. This 3 gives you a 3 here, and these two cells are 4 and 9, right? So 4 and 9 pencil mark here. This also would have to be 4 and 9, and this is 4, 6 and 9. So this would be 6, 4 and 9 here. So this would have to be 6 again. These two cells are 1 and 9, 1 and 9. That gives you a 1 here. 3, 4 and 5. This is 4, 3 and 5, right? 3 would have to be in one of these two cells, 3 in one of these two cells. So 3 in the middle column would have to be here. These two cells are 9 and 4. Okay, it can be anywhere. 9, 4 and 8. This would have to be 4, 9, 8, 9. Oh, we get a digit here, that is 6, right? That gives you a 1 here, a 6 here. That gives you a 1 here, an 8 here. That gives you a 8 and 9, 8 here, a 9 here, and a 5 here. That gives you a 4 here. No, I did a mistake here somewhere. 8 is already here, right? So you have 4, 5 and 9. Sorry, thank God. So this would have to be 5, this would have to be 4 and 9, right? So that gives you a 5 here, a 3 here, and you have a 4 and 9 here. Yeah, you have a 4 and 9 here, and that gives you a 9. Oh yeah, that gives you a 4 here, right? That gives you a 4 here, a 9 here, an 8 here, a 9 here. That gives you a 4 here, a 9 here, and a 4 here. That gives you an 8 here and a 9 here, and that gives you a 3 here. And with that we complete this gorgeous pencil mark Sudoku by Nityant Agarwal. What an excellent idea behind the start of this Sudoku. Actually, I am really fascinated by pencil mark Sudoku. The idea behind pencil mark Sudoku should be that you can create any logic that you want, and that will help you to explain the logic better in classic Sudokus. So usually in classic Sudokus, if you want to find a Y-wing, an X-wing or small fish, or even some extreme strategies like the death blossom or any other jellyfish, pencil mark Sudoku is the best way to learn any particular technique, because you can design the Sudoku in any particular way you want and then explain the logic very beautifully, right? The example is this Sudoku. So as you can see here, the death blossom technique, if you go to Sudoku wiki and understand that logic, it is really difficult to grasp the logic. I am not saying that it is the explained sentence in the Sudoku wiki is hard, but learning such techniques really requires a practical knowledge, or a really a live Sudoku where you can see that technique easily. So such kind of things can be learnt using pencil mark Sudokus, and I really thank Nityant for an excellent Sudoku that he has constructed, right? So I hope you enjoyed this Sudoku. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.